This is Hot Mic, 5 VO tips in under 5 minutes. I'm Andrew Scott, and today we're going to be talking about 5 questions you really need to ask yourself before you start VO. Before equipment, before money, even before talent. These are 5 very important questions you need to ask yourself before you start out on a VO journey. Let's get to it. Number 5. Do you have the right environment to record in? Or can you get the environment you're in to work with you? Lots of people have really good results with just lining a closet with blankets and other absorbent material. But even so, sometimes you can't get your environment to work with you. Do you live next to some place like a freeway or a railroad line? Do you have noisy neighbors that really don't respect your privacy? Do you have dogs or cats or kids or maybe a partner who works from home? If that's the case, you're probably going to have to do something that I call recording between the raindrops. You just need to accept that those things are going to be part of your VO workload, which means a lot of retakes and quite a bit of frustration, but it can be done. Additionally, do you have the time it takes to convert a space into something that will work for you? Again, you can buy all the foam you want off of the interwebs, but if you don't know how to deaden that environment, there's no fancy expensive mic in the world that's going to actually help you in this regard. As a matter of fact, higher quality mics are going to become more of a problem because by design, they record more of your environment. So the number one thing you need to do is get a space that's as deadened as possible and just accept the fact that your neighbors probably aren't going to work with you. Number 4, how much time do you have to devote to this? Now, I don't mean your VO journey in the big picture. I mean, do you have time for small little jobs or do you have time for something like an audiobook? Quick hit jobs are a great way to get your feet wet. But if you suddenly pitch for an audiobook and actually land the thing, you're talking about 50, 75, maybe 100 hours worth of work. You need to mentally budget for that. Also, what time of day are you normally available? If you pitch for a job on a pay-to-play site and get it, are you going to be able to turn it around in time? People who are hiring you for that gig don't care if you have to go to real work. They need their stuff done. Are you going to be able to turn it around in time? Number 3, can you take criticism? I mean, real criticism. Are you willing to really listen to the director or content creator who's hired you and make changes for what they want versus how you like to sound? At the end of the day, you're going to do nobody any good by being all cranky when somebody makes a critical assessment of your work. Unless it's your project and you're footing the bill, you need to be able to pull off what the content creator wants, irrespective of what you personally think about it. Also, are you going to get all upset and hurt when somebody asks for retakes? You thought that sounded perfectly fine. Now you need to do it again? The answer is yes, because it's not your project. Directors and content creators have a particular thing in mind when they're thinking about hiring somebody for a VO. Part of what you sell to them is your voice, but the other part that you sell to them is your professional ability to give them what they want, to give them what matches their vision. Again, this isn't about you, it's about the client. Number 2, can you handle rejection? I mean, a lot of rejection. Don't forget, the industry standard is that you and your auditions are going to be rejected over 95% of the time. That can be really discouraging, but it also affords you a lot of practice. Try to look at it as a positive instead of a negative, and try not to take it personally. You're in a big ocean with a lot of fish. Put your special snowflake feelings aside and understand that the ones that get the work are the ones who keep showing up for it. Number 1, do you have patience? A lot of patience. You shouldn't be looking about a VO career starting in 5 weeks or 5 months. You need to settle in for 5 years or more before you really establish yourself. Sure, you might get work right off the bat, but it's probably not going to be there 24/7 waiting for you when you wake up. You're going to have to get back up and pitch more work, and pitch more work, and pitch more work. Smaller jobs turn into medium jobs, turn into big jobs, turn into a career. You've got to be willing to come back day after day, week after week, doing the same thing again and again, always with a mind of improving your quality and improving your service to the client. It takes a long time to settle into this career, but it can be done. People are doing it every day, but the ones who succeed are the ones who keep coming back. Well, there you go. Those are my 5 questions you should be asking yourself before you even consider starting a VO career. Do me a favor and hit like, click, and subscribe down there, and join us on our Discord server where you can ask more questions of me and all the people over on Booth Camp. But until next time, I've been Andrew Scott, and this has been Hot Mike.